We are starting in a seated position. Bring your hands over your thighs. Lengthen through the spine. Good. And if you feel a little out of balance, a little tired, and let's take a few deep breaths here. So through the breath, we can always bring more relaxation or a little more energy to the body. Not that we want to deeply energize the body, but with a few deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose, we can just get that sense of being awake, being here, being present, back into the body. And allow the breath to slow down. Check in with yourself. How are you right now? What is it that your body needs right now? When we come into our first pose, shift into caterpillar pose. Bring some support under your knees. Stretch the legs out in front of you. And exhale, release forward over your legs. Let go of the head, of the neck. You can have any support, maybe even sitting on a block. Relax your shoulders, relax the arms. Soften the face. Allow the breath to flow in and out through the nose. Let's create a rhythm with the breath here. So talking about balance, through the breathing, we can bring balance to our being. And silently, we are counting the inhalation and the exhalation. So let me guide you through 2 cycles of breath. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then choose a rhythm that feels comfortable. A rhythm that doesn't take effort. A rhythm that is not pushing or harsh, but soft, gentle, flowing fluidly, comfortably. And I'm sharing you a few snippets from a reading from a text that appeared in elitedaily.com. It's about this full moon. And the title is saying that this full moon is about self-love. The full moon in the sign of Libra, which is balance, equilibrium, but also standing for justice and harmony. And when we look at what is happening, what is going on, Libra, balance, harmony, then we can say that it is about the delicate balance between yin and yang, or the sacred equilibrium of the divine feminine and the sacred masculine. Yin and yang. Yin, the feminine energy, and yang, male energy. And we all have times when our female energies are stronger, more present, and other times when there is more male energy that is present, showing up. Libra, and especially this full moon, helps us to balance them both out, so we can be in our softness and yet being strong at the same time. As you inhale, slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae and come all the way down onto the back. You can keep your support under your knees. Exhale, let go. Find the softness when you release. Our rebound pose is connecting yin and yang as well. Even within a yin practice, there are yang elements, male, female energies. And the rebound pose here is to bring harmony back. While in a yin pose, we shift slowly and gently. After some time, the pose can occur as very intense, strong. Discomfort might show up. And when we add our rebound pose, being on the back, neutral, as relaxed as possible. Before we shift into our next pose, we're bringing back that balance, the harmony. From here, we're shifting into our next pose, thread the needle. And you have different variations. If you have a bolster, you can have your feet on the bolster. And you can bring your right ankle onto your left thigh. Now you might keep your left foot on the bolster or the floor or a block, or you can bring the thigh towards you, fingers interlace behind your knee. Or if you have a wall close by, you could also bring your left foot up against the wall. Now finding balance in this pose, while your legs are engaged, maybe your arms are engaged. Finding the comfort of the upper body resting on the mat. Breathe here, wherever you are, with the foot against the wall, the leg up in the air, or the foot even on the mat. And breathe. Now this full moon, as most of the moons, has a name. And this one is referred to as warm moon. And it is because the Native American tribes created names for full moons in order to recognize the rhythm of the seasons. The name warm moon was derived from this essence of spring. And given that it is the time of the year when the ground softens and the earthworm reappears just in time for the robins and birds to feed. When we think of balance, we can connect balance with rhythm. The rhythm of nature, the seasons, how everything goes in a rhythm and balances everything out. Sometimes when we lose rhythm or balance, simply connecting to nature, whether it's going for a walk or sitting on the grass, standing in the grass, breathing in the fresh air, can help us to bring balance back to the body, ground connect, shifting our energies. And as you're breathing, you can always come back to the rhythm of your breath. Slowly Release out of your pose. And as you stretch the legs out, maybe you have your bolster there for under your knees. Exhale. Let go. Sink into the earth. Let the earth hold you, protect you, nurture you. With your next inhalation, bring the knees back into the chest. And we come into thread the needle on the other side, left ankle on top of your right thigh. Find any variation and check in if this side needs a different variation, different support. Breathe deeply into the body. Stay as relaxed as possible. Now, when we talk about moons, you might have heard that the saying that a new moon is the beginning of a new lunar cycle, and in a new moon you plant the seeds, like seeds of like a new project, taking on new work, working on an idea, a new seed, something new in your life, in your surroundings. And during the full moon, this is usually the time that is associated with your earning the benefits from that new project. You're seeing results, you're seeing how things are going. And it is said that the seeds that you planted during the new moon back in October last year, and the new moon in October was also in the sign of Libra, those seeds are now in bloom. So it's not necessarily that you plant a seed in new moon of March and then you see the result in the same month in the full moon, but sometimes it goes over months or even over years. So maybe there is something in your life that you notice that is going really well right now. Maybe you have planted a seed for that last year. we release. Release the legs, stretch them out in front of you. Exhale, sink into the earth, soften, let go, and enjoy the rebound, the moment of bliss when we create and bring back harmony. The tissues shift, everything softens. Gently bring your knees into the chest. Roll to your left side. Come up into a seated position. Bring your bolster to your left side. And if you don't have a bolster, grab a few cushions. If you are not able to lift high enough up, I give you another variation, another pose. You can be in crescent moon pose. So we want to bring the support under the waist and then release sideways down. You can create a cushion with your arm, or equally you can take a cushion or a block for your head. Your top arm, your right arm, can reach over your ear. Your legs do not need to be completely straight, so that you feel comfortable, can relax, and you feel a gentle lengthening the side of your body through the arm into your hand. It's not, or it might not be a very intense pose. That's fine. You don't always have to push the body. Let's work here on the feminine energy, being soft, gentle to ourselves. And if that pose doesn't work for you, or you don't have support that you feel reaches or allows you to reach into that pose, you can come down onto the back, crescent moon pose, shifting the torso and the legs to one side. Keep breathing here. Reaching into the right side of the body. Right, also associated with yang. It's the male side of your body. Breathing deeply in through the nose, out through the nose. Now, when we look at the constellation of the stars and the moons, and there is the full moon today in the sign of Libra, but there are also other planets and signs, zodiac signs that come into play. And for this full moon, we're also talking about the energy of Venus, planet Venus, and the zodiac sign Aries. And Venus is about the love, the self-love. And if we look at the sign Libra, as we mentioned, is symbolic of the sacred balance between the divine feminine and the sacred masculine. Aries is symbolic of one's sense of self, individual identity, and levels of assertion. Libra has everything to do with the relationships, compromise, and justice. When you sum it all up, the moon being emotional, the sun representing your ego in the physical dimension. Moon also feminine and the sun male. So the moon being emotional, feminine quality, the sun representing your ego in the physical dimension, which is very male. Gonna release here. Slowly release the top arm. Lift yourself up and remove the bolster or your props. Come down onto your back, rebound pose. Exhale as you're sinking down into the earth. Connect, let go. Feel the release. Bring the knees into the chest as you inhale. Roll to your left side. Come into a seated position. And we go to the other side. Bring your support over to your right side now. And release over your support. So that it is in the waist. So you lean over it sideways. And maybe you get a deep stretch or maybe a more gentle lengthening. You can always bring your left arm up over the ear. It adds a little more. And breathe. Keep relaxing. Now the more gentle a pose, the more you can stay present to the breath, present to letting go, to the softness. Let the breath flow, maybe in its rhythm, equal rhythm of in and exhalation. Feel the breath as a nurturing source, nurturing your body, nurturing your heart. As this moon is about self-love, keep breathing in love. Breathe it deeply into your heart space, into your body. Breathing in love, breathing in warmth. Breathing in acceptance, accepting whatever there is, loving yourself for who you are and who you are not. Release. Release the arm. And gently lift yourself out of your pose. Come all the way onto the back. Exhale here. Let go. Inhale, draw the knees towards the chest. Roll to your left side and lift into a seated position. We're reaching into butterfly pose, opening into the inner thighs, into the hips. You can use support here under your knees. You can even use your bolster here under your knees or in front of you for your forehead. And as you're exhaling, sink into your pose, let go, soften and relax the body. Feel the balance in your body. Feel your right and your left side, yang and yin. And just notice how your balance is here in this pose. Doesn't have to be perfect, your balance. You can use props. You can use support to even out any gaps, to bring balance into this pose. Go and breathe in your rhythm or in any comfortable pace. Full moons often also play with our emotional state of being. And this full moon too can bring some light to deep-rooted emotions or energies that might still be sitting deep in our body. By creating balance and letting Libra take over, bringing that balance and harmony to your being, you can help balancing any emotional imbalances out or emotional imbalances out. On the other hand, there is nothing wrong with feeling vulnerable, being emotional, maybe having a cry, feeling tired, feeling not well. Balance doesn't mean we always have to be happy and well and everything is going perfect. Let the energy of this moon, conjunction with Venus, Aries, Libra, really help you find balance, self-love, nurturing your relationships and your passion. Slowly, slowly inhale and lift up vertebrae by vertebrae. All the way down onto the mat. Exhale, remove all the props. Our last pose before Shavasana is going to be either against a wall or a sofa or chair. So you can either bring the legs up against the wall. You can also bring a bolster or a block under your sacrum, under your sit bones. Or if you have a sofa or a chair close by, you can have your shins, your calves resting on the sofa or the chair. That is another variation. We want to have the legs slightly lifted so the blood flow, the blood circulation in your legs is changing. Let the upper body completely relax. The arms can be anywhere, to the sides, over the head, or the hands resting on your lower abdomen. Keep softening. The face is soft. Breath flows comfortably. A question to reflect on during this full moon is, how can you show up for others and yourself simultaneously? Nurturing yourself as much as you nurture others. Looking after yourself as much as you look after others. Loving yourself as much as you love others. And we release here. Slowly find your way down onto the mat into final pose Shavasana. Do anything that brings more comfort. You can use the bolster under your knees. Maybe have a blanket to cover you, or an eye mask over your eyes, eye pillow. And exhale here. Let go. Sink into your final pose. And as you're reaching to the mat, feel the earth underneath you, supporting you, protecting you, nurturing you. Gently deepen your breath. Start moving your fingers and toes. Circle wrists and ankles into one direction and change direction. Stretch the arms out over the head. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Another deep breath in. Exhale. Bring the knees into the chest. Rock from side to side. Roll over to your left side. Here, lift up into a seated position. Bring the hands over the thighs. Lengthen through the spine. You can close your eyes here. Shoulders relaxed. Observe the breath. And then observe how you feel. Your next inhalation, open your eyes. Thank you for being here tonight.